This month's TV 47 Star Student of the Month from Munford High School.
We welcome Joshua Martin this morning. He's a junior at Munford High School, our Star Student of the Month, and Daryl LeBeau, who's an educator and coach at Munford. Welcome to both of you this morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us. And Joshua, tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
I'm a junior at Munford High School. I play basketball, and I'm a very silent student. I have good grades, good character.
Now, talk about a little bit about what's so special to you being a part of Munford High School.
Just the classmates I'm around, the community, having fun.
Okay. And Daryl LeBeau, who's an educator and a coach up at Munford, our guest this morning. And Daryl, you have Joshua in one of your classes. Good morning, and talk about Joshua's success at Munford High.
Josh is a, like you said, is a quiet student, laid back kid, very creative. I found out my first 2 years at Munford, I had him in the 9th and 10th grade in English, and we did an assignment about vivid language, and I didn't know he can draw as good as he could. Mm-hmm. And I normally let the kids, spread out on the floor, give yourself some room, and the design that he came up with the words that they had, I was just like, okay, Josh, I didn't know you was that good at drawing. So, great kid, great leader, inside the classroom, outside the classroom. He's a joy to have.
Josh, you're a junior there, and you played varsity basketball this season for the Lions, but your education is the most important. Talk about some of the classes you're taking your junior year there.
I'm taking English, got a few, got math, science, got an agriculture class.
We're talking with Joshua Martin, who's a junior at Munford High School, our Star Student of the Month. Now, we mentioned your basketball prowess. Is this? Have you been in basketball at Munford for several years?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you play what position?
I play the 4 and the 5.
Okay. Can you shoot?
A little bit.
You play defense?
Yes, sir.
Shoot free throws?
Yes, sir.
Shoot threes?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. We have honesty and integrity there this morning. Positive character in his classroom and on the basketball floor. Joshua Martin, who's a junior at Munford High School. What about some of the classes that you're taking now at Munford that's going to help you further your career once you get out of high school in a year or two?
I have a farmer's class. Mm-hmm. It kind of helped me with a few things. My math and science is kind of good. My English is real good, real decent.
And what do you want to do after high school?
I wanted to go to the Navy, maybe become an engineer, architect.
All right. Daryl, I believe he'll make a good one, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Daryl, what's so special to you? We're talking to Daryl LeBeau as well, educator and coach at Munford. Now, how long have you been there?
This is my 3rd year at Munford.
Okay. Well, what do you enjoy most about being at Munford?
These are the kids. The community, the faculty and staff. We have a great principal and Mr. Tim Young and Miss Devonna Strickland. Anytime you can walk in the hallway and see the kids smile and, hey, coach, how you doing today? Mm-hmm. It's always great to have. The community is great. Academics is great. Sports is great. So just in general, when you pull up to Munford High School and you see the school itself and you're driving down 21 and it just pop out to you. So he's like, okay, it's almost like a little heaven in the middle of nowhere.
Also, of course, Josh Martin is our Star Student of the Month. He's a junior at Munford. Now, I'll pose this to both of you. We saw the horrific scenes of the shooting in Florida at a local high school there last week, and everybody is on high alert. Mm-hmm. And Daryl, we'll start with you. What does that mean for local schools like Munford High?
We're a very close-knit community, and the ultimate thing is when parents send their kids to the school, they want to make sure that their kids are protected. And anytime that you have kids in your care and they're with you, you want to make sure that they are protected and they feel comfortable, because kids come to school to get education. Ultimately you want to be a leader, and be some type of beacon for those kids and a mentor to them. And so if a kid come to school and they're comfortable, it's easier for them to learn. But if they come to school thinking about if they're going to be harmed or if they're going to be bullied or anything like that, then we're not creating a good environment for those kids. So the ultimate thing for us as teachers and educators are to ensure the parents and the community that, hey, we're going to try to do our best, within what we're capable of doing to make sure that your child is taken care of, not only getting education, but also being protected in the best way that we can.
Josh, what were your first thoughts when you heard the news of the I think it was 17 people that died at the hand of a gunman in Florida last week? What were your first thoughts when you first heard that news?
I just wonder why that happened.
Yeah. And I guess that's a big question, why and how could it happen? And Josh, you certainly are at the forefront in Munford at Munford High School. Talk a little bit about your family background and talk about how someone maybe has been close to you that's kind of been your go-to person in your years at Munford.
Well, my family's real good. My grandmother, she stays on my back all the time. So
good for her.
I feel like she's my go-to person.
Yeah.
I could talk to her real good.
Well, Joshua Martin is our Star Student of the Month. He's a junior over at Munford High School in North Talladega County. How, Josh, is your positive attitude been a plus for you in school?
Well, whenever I feel down sometimes, I just try to keep it positive, because being down, you're never going to be able to get through anything. So
well, when you're on the basketball floor or in the classroom, a positive character and attitude can be so important to your success, and not only success now, but you want to have a career in mechanical engineering or an architect. Man, that brain has to be engaged to do something like that.
yes, sir.
How did you first come up with that concept of what you wanted to do in life?
Well, growing up, my father does things with construction, so I like architect type things, and then I started looking into engineering.
Daryl, it's got to make you feel good.
Yes, sir.
To know that not only as a basketball player, but a student athlete, you got young men that are coming up and young ladies coming up that can make a difference wherever they are.
Yes, sir. And it's all about having a plan. You have to tell kids, of course, I wanted to play professional football, and, the percentage of that is less than 1% of who's going to make it to the NFL. So you have to have a backup plan. And I think that I'm being put in a situation and blessed enough to be around kids like Josh to help push them to get to their goals. So you have to have that backup plan for, things down the line. And if you have a plan and a set plan and you have those steps to reach those goals, then I think you'll be fine.
Josh, are you involved in a church anywhere?
I go to Kelly Springs Missionary Baptist Church in Munford.
Okay. Now, you mentioned your grandmother had been an integral part of you growing up and your success, and we see more and more of that, maybe single-parent households or grandparents stepping to the forefront to be a part of their grandchildren's lives, and Coach LeBeau, that's got to be something too, that whether it's parents or grandparents or whomever it is that's at the forefront of their children, it's so important that they get plugged in and be involved too.
Yes, sir, definitely. Like I said, having a mentor, someone you can reach out to. I still have family back home. I'm blessed enough to stay
Where's
at my
back
mom.
home?
I'm originally from New Orleans. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. So I'm blessed enough to stay at my mother around. So I can always call my mother. I can always call my father-in-law and say, hey, this is what I have going on, and I just need a little advice, because we don't know everything. And I was always raised and taught that if you ever get to the point where you think you know it all, then you might as well be dead. So I'm always willing to learn something new and to sit back and be quiet and listen and learn some things.
Joshua Martin is our Star Student of the Month. He's a junior at Munford High School. And Joshua, the junior year is just about done, and you look ahead to your final year at Munford. A lot of goals still ahead for you?
Trying to create some new goals. Trying to get on a better path.
How does basketball help you in the classroom and vice versa?
Well, whether you win or lose, you learn to have fun. You learn to look positive, look up instead of looking down most of the time.
All right, Joshua Martin, a junior at Munford High School, our Star Student of the Month. Josh, favorite food?
Pizza.
Okay. What type of pizza?
Pepperoni.
Okay. And favorite movie? You watch movies or play video games and all that kind of stuff?
Not really.
Okay, all right. Coach, what about you? Favorite food?
Oh, crawfish. I'm from Louisiana.
New Orleans, gotta be, right?
Any type of seafood ball, red beans. We could be up here all day. You get to talking about food.
Josh, if you could go anywhere in the world, absolutely free, all expenses paid, where would it be?
Florida.
Okay, all right. Well, that's not too far from New Orleans. Maybe y'all can go together and just slide over to the Big Easy, right? Thank you both for being here this morning. Josh Martin, a junior at Munford High School, our Star Student of the Month, and also Daryl LeBeau, who's an educator and coach at Munford. And I should have known you'd be from New Orleans with the name LeBeau.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you both being with us this morning. And Josh, continued success with your education and athletics and your career in the Navy later on. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Got more Daybreak coming up right after this.
This Star Student of the Month was brought to you by TV 47. Tune in to Daybreak weekdays at 6:30 a.m. for your Star Student of the Month.